And on a crisp November evening in suburban New Jersey, where the air was sharp and the sky clear. Emma Carter, a high school biology teacher, was walking her golden retriever, Max, when she noticed something peculiar. Hovering in the star-speckled sky were three distinct lights, their movement deliberate yet erratic. They darted left and right, ascended sharply, then hovered again. At first, Emma thought they were stars or planes, but their sudden, synchronized movement unnerved her. When she got home, she debated whether to report the sighting. The local police dismissed her concerns with a chuckle. Probably some kids messing around with drones, the officer said. Emma let it go, but she couldn't shake the feeling that what she'd seen wasn't ordinary. In the following weeks, the mysterious lights became a nightly occurrence, not just in Emma's neighborhood, but across New Jersey. Social media lit up with blurry videos and panicked posts, the hashtag Jersey drones spreading like wildfire. Farmers reported seeing the drones over their fields late at night, while truckers on the interstate spotted them hovering over rest stops. Even local law enforcement began filing reports, their initial skepticism replaced by unease. Governor Linda Vasquez was soon inundated with demands for action. Residents were frightened. Rumors of espionage and terrorism circulated in whispers and headlines. Some believed the drones were part of a government experiment, while others speculated they were foreign surveillance devices. A fringe group even suggested alien involvement. The governor called for federal assistance, but the military's response was tepid. The Pentagon cited legal constraints, specifically the Posse Comitatus Act, which limited military involvement in domestic affairs. This, combined with the military's reluctance to admit ignorance, left state lawmakers frustrated. Meanwhile, the drones became bolder, appearing over bridges, power plants, and even Newark Liberty International Airport, where a temporary shutdown caused chaos. In the midst of the hysteria, Daniel Park, a former cybersecurity expert turned investigative journalist, began piecing together the mystery. Daniel had a reputation for uncovering the truth behind complex, hidden agendas. He pored over witness reports, analyzed footage, and reached out to contacts in the tech industry. Through an online forum dedicated to the sightings, Daniel connected with Emma, who shared her story and growing unease. Over coffee at a small diner, Daniel laid out his theory. "These drones aren't toys, and they're definitely not hobbyist equipment," he said. "They're operating with a level of precision that suggests advanced programming. Autonomous, maybe." Emma frowned. If they're not government or civilian, who's controlling them, and why New Jersey? Daniel's silence was telling. He didn't know. But he had a lead, a pattern of similar sightings in other parts of the world. Drones with the same erratic, synchronized movements had been reported in Europe, the Middle East, and parts of Asia. One night, Daniel received an anonymous tip through a secure messaging app. The message was brief but cryptic. "Pine Barrens, check coordinates." Against his better judgment, he and Emma ventured into the dense, eerie forest late that night. The coordinates led them to a clearing where they found several shipping containers outfitted with antennas and advanced electronic equipment. As they approached, the hum of drones filled the air. Suddenly, a swarm of lights erupted from the trees, moving in perfect synchronization. Before they could retreat, a group of armed men emerged, their faces obscured by masks. One of them stepped forward, his voice cold and threatening. "You're trespassing. Leave now." Daniel and Emma were forced to abandon their phones and retreat, but not before Daniel memorized some of the markings on the equipment. His research revealed ties to an international defense contractor operating under a shell corporation. This contractor had been testing a new generation of autonomous drones, using New Jersey as their unknowing testing ground. The revelation set off a political firestorm. Senator Richard Lorne demanded an investigation, calling the lack of oversight an unacceptable breach of public trust. Protests erupted across the state, with residents demanding accountability. In response, the Pentagon dispatched a specialized counter-drone task force armed with cutting-edge technology. They used directed energy weapons and advanced jamming devices to neutralize the drones. The operation, while largely successful, was not without incident. One drone, before being intercepted, crashed into a residential area, causing minor injuries and sparking further outrage. By February, the skies over New Jersey were clear, but the fallout was far from over. Lawsuits against the defense contractor piled up, and public trust in both state and federal authorities was shaken. The incident spurred a national debate about the ethical implications of autonomous weapons and the dangers of unregulated technology. For Emma, life slowly returned to normal, though she found herself looking to the skies more often. Daniel, however, remained restless. The incident had confirmed his worst fears about the unchecked power of technology and those who wielded it. Months later, in a quiet moment, Emma asked him if he thought it was over. Daniel's response was as unsettling as it was certain. Not even close. This was just the beginning.